dissatisfaction like doesn't magically like feel warm and fuzzy to me, but I have a relationship with it where I'm just very okay with trying and failing and feeling that sort of feeling it in my gut for a moment, just because I sort of see what's inside it for me. And I recognize and I'm very grateful for that perspective because I know what it provides, what it makes available. Or, you know, I've worked with people and I know people, we all know people that cannot bear to face that mirror. You know, it's like their relationship with that sort of dissatisfaction is crippling to the point where they'd rather not do something, or if they got feedback telling them that they weren't perfect, it causes a complete meltdown interpersonally, you know. And gosh, that seems like a really hard way to go through life. It's like a full-time job, avoiding the truth and creating this like narrative that like you're perfect or something. And, you know, it's crazy.
And that's I get maybe the difference between good teams and ones that really go on to do good stuff.
That's definitely one part of it, at least what like we talk about with the culture thing, is because first of all, if we can agree that the pursuit of perfection, like when you ask me like what's the difference between perfection and excellence? Well, perfection is the model, excellence is like the reality, and it comes from...
And pursuit of perfection implies...
excellence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so...
But to become excellent, you don't be perfect every time.
Well, you
then
can't.
You don't.
If you would, then rock on, but I just don't know what that is. I don't think anybody knows what that is. So... you know, this is true in teams and it's made more difficult in teams, but let's just say an individual or a team, in theory, will improve best, most specifically, if it has the best information.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you wanted to be the best in the world at basketball and you're practicing shooting your shot, and we took you out back to the basketball hoop and we had just unlimited basketballs, and you're just going to start getting your reps because that's what you do when you want to be good at something, right? And you're going to take these shots and you could feel the ball leaving your fingertips and you could practice your routine and we could look at your body alignment. But if I didn't let you see if the ball was going in the hoop or not, like it was behind a barrier and you're just shooting and like maybe I would know or maybe no one would know. You don't have great information, right? Like how would you make an adjustment between your fourth shot and your fifth shot?
Yeah.
You're going on bad information. So up to a certain level, we need the proper truth to make decisions based on, to make adjustments based on. And in theory, you would need the best information to make the best adjustment, right? At least the truth. Well, when you get in groups, it gets extra difficult, because the complexity raises to another level, and now feedback becomes muddled. Like, why does feedback become muddled? Well, it's because we're emotional beings. And if what I need to tell you is that, like, the aperture on your shot that you just took in Joshua Tree is off, and this is the consequence that it's having here in the print, is going to hurt your feelings, then I may not tell you that, or I may tell you a less true version of that. And so now what we do is we create a low performance environment where our truth isn't really true. And the information that's being exchanged isn't really good information, because it's maybe only the good stuff and a little bit of the bad stuff. And so now we're metaphorically practicing our basketball shots without even information of like, are we making the shot? Should I make an adjustment? I don't really even know. And, maybe that saves us a little bit of acute heartache from someone telling you something that doesn't feel so good. But it's definitely not the highest performing way to work with each other.
Yeah.
And so teams that either get over that shit, or most commonly teams that get over it because their purpose is so strong that it transcends whatever feel good vibe we need between us to where we can start communicating truthfully allows for the highest performance. And as we talked about this, I think, on the last podcast, it's the reason why world champion sports teams don't talk to each other in the locker room the way that people in mid-level manager positions talk to each other in corporate America. Because if like my whole livelihood doesn't depend on the third quarter, of sales for this like insurance company that I mildly care about, then like maybe I'm not gonna put myself out there to tell Rick in accounting that like his spreadsheet was formatted wrong. Maybe it's just not worth it. But if I spent the last 30 years of my life perfecting my craft to wear a Super Bowl ring, dude, I'm going to tell you you're missing your cut on the pass route, And so in groups, it's just exponentially more complex because of those dynamics.
Mm.